What's up, guys? It's Cell. I just want to go over this KJ VOD review for myself and for you guys to give you a little bit of a new Lotus adaptation of Killjoy and masterclass on Killjoy. Killjoy is my most played agent of the past couple episodes. I've been playing her because she's been so meta, and even with the nerfs she recently received, she is still a very strong agent pick. Now, if we go back here, I'm doing a little jump spot here. I get to see those players going C. I know it's a C hit, and because I do this double molly setup instead of buying an alarm bot, I can use my mollies to stall for my rotates. And this is a really nice strategy on pistol because rotations for C and this new angle on the box is really nice for Killjoy. Because otherwise, it's going to be terrible to hold C even with these changes. And the other thing you may notice is I actually made audio onto that box when I tried to jump up. So because I made the audio and because I made that step, I actually wanted to reposition once again, because if they were to hit C, then I would have been cleared easily. So shift rotation over there to waterfall and playing with the teammate that's behind me, it's much more adaptive and it helps playing together with my team that just rotated, right? Because I don't want to give an isolated 1v1, especially with my turret still being up on B. That's a lot of information that's gathered, and if I sacrifice that turret just for some, one and done position, that's going to sacrifice the round a lot of the time, because that gives them a free rotation into a very key part of the map, which is B site. Now, once we get back into this retake into A, we actually get the numbers advantage here, and now you're thinking, it's a 5v2, we should be secured for the round. Now, no matter what rank you're in, if you are not disciplined with your retake or with your team when it comes to trades or scaling, you will be punished for it severely by your opponents. So I'm going to show an example of this right here. So we get this 5v2, but what happens here is Omen takes the one, Raze goes for the swing with the Omen, and now Sky is stuck by themselves in a position where they were never able to trade properly for either of those players. So because the Raze and the Omen on the other team played this really well, now we're going to be sacrificial into a 2v2 situation here on the retake. Now, I am right next to this Sky here, and I'm actually playing for this trade because even though my other teammate is far away, they're flanking on A here, I want to go for this trade because they're not aware exactly where I am yet. All they know is I'm rotating from C because they saw my C util earlier in the round, right? So I know this Raze was just peeking on tree, and this Omen was playing with her. So I go for the swing. I catch the Omen trying to cross the tree to play with the Raze because they want to play post plant together. And now it's a 1v2. He tries to go for the trade on the Omen. And now all I have to do here is, because I have the Ghost and because I have armor, I just have to delay. And I can take a little bit of damage here. And I know I'm not going to be instantly killed because the Raze doesn't have a Sheriff. So taking this space with just the pressure of the weapon, pre-firing the corner, trying to make sure he doesn't push me out of this angle is super important because it's delaying for the rotate and it's showing him that I am here and you don't know where my teammate is. And now my teammate does a really good call out here. He says the crosshair sight, and now this nade confirms it. So all I have to do now is live, because now my teammate's with me. We can go for this trade together. Now he throws the boom off for information, but the Raze gets the nice kill onto him. But of course, me still putting pressure. He knows where I'm at. So once that boombot confirms it, I don't wait. If you wait once that boombot finds you and you don't go for that frag there, you're going to lose the round because he's just going to shift wrap around you and you're not going to be able to get that swing. But once he knows exactly where I am, take away the shift key. The shift key doesn't exist anymore. You just have to go for that swing and you win. Now, here's an interesting new Outlaw strat you can do actually. So if you do end up with 3,400 heavy armor, you can actually buy this Outlaw here onto the second round. And you can play it more aggressively with Killjoy. And you'll actually see this a lot throughout the spot. I'm going to be playing very aggressive with the Killjoy. And a lot of players really suffer on aggressive Killjoy because they don't understand when to be aggressive or how to be aggressive with Killjoy. Now, something you can do here on Mound is you can actually go a little bit wider than the first angle you swing. And you can take that early fight for the wide swing on the Mound, because you can still see anyone walking on that left side, and if there's any utility coming, you can see it out of the corner of your left eye. So out of your peripheral vision, you can see any utility that's coming through it. And with this composition in particular, with the Fade, the only utility that's going to come out that stops me is the Fade Dog or the Fade Eye. And with their money, I don't have to worry about it. So I can just take this angle, take a free fight. Now, because my turret goes off and I had the line at C, all my team can rotate from A because they already had the A line as well. And they understand it's a B hit. And with the stinger that's coming through, they understand it's a force buy. So all four of my teammates rotate. And all I have to do now is pressure from door to show that, one, I have an outlaw. And two, that they have to go into B or risk taking chip damage from my Outlaw through the door because they don't have a C lurk as of yet. So I can put a little bit of pressure there. With this round, because they did a force buy, this Outlaw becomes all the more deadly and all the more dangerous. So I still have my Ghost from pistol, and I have the Outlaw from the previous round. So I'm doing the same angle because they haven't seen me at C mount on this wide angle with the Outlaw yet. All they know is I have an Outlaw C. So I get the initial kill on Killjoy, and it goes back to crosshair placement. I still get a headshot there. And with the Outlaw, you should still aim for getting headshots. But on certain rounds, you can go for the body. Now in this round in particular, I can go for the body while they push me into C. But because of the utility I put, I can stall a little bit. Or so you think. So this is why sometimes saving your molly can actually secure you some more space or some more time for the rotation. Remember we were talking about that pistol rotation? Saving this molly will actually give me time for my rotates to come in. So why does the raise nade my utility? Because if the raise nade breaks my utility, that's still a shorter amount of time than my utility popping off, stalling, or doing damage to them enough that my Outlaw is a danger. So because I saved this molly, they're not going to be able to do much when I pull out my Outlaw when they come into sight.
If they come out, I'll blind them. They're coming out. Get above you, people. Oh my god.
You're gonna see once again, I take this Outlaw angle on the C because they really haven't punished me. The utility they've thrown hasn't really garnered me to leave this position or leave my aggressive peak, right? Now, if you notice, instead of going wide like I did before, I actually take the close angle this time because I took the long angle or the wide angle to throw them off on the initial peak. But now I can play the common angle because they're going to be looking for the wide angle I just played. And even with the raise there, going for that initial wide swing onto me on the common angle, because I went for the flick and then moved, I still survived. And I still have a shot left to go for another reswing. Now with the reswing, I see 3 players. I hear the updraft, I see the omen, and I know Raze was just there. So now I just have to back up and live. Now, if you noticed in this round, I repositioned my mollies and my alarm bot to force these players into a certain positioning into the site. Because before, I would throw my util in front of the choke point, but because the Raze naded my mollies earlier, I wanted to move my mollies closer into sight, so then I would put enough pressure for them to be stuck in that new area with the jump up box and in front of Bend with the double box. And now me and the spawn smoke, all I have to do is live to put pressure. Now with the bomb tap and the step, I should have been aware of this guy in the spawn smoke, and my teammate actually calls this out as well. But because my Raze has the operator and I'm holding the right side of the smoke, we're not able to get this initial kill onto him. But they're still not aware of where I'm at. All they saw was the Raze. So I get a nice kill onto the omen. I reposition. The operator is going to be a huge aspect to me getting any sort of kills into the round, and I might be able to save this if I play this properly. So I get a nice flick under the jet. But why do I get a nice flick under the jet? What am I doing that allows me to get this flick? So if you look, I didn't scope at all before the smoke fades. Why do I not scope in? Because I need to quick scope whoever might be in the smoke, because the jet just was in the smoke. That's the most likely player, and that's the closest player that is a danger to me. Sometimes when you scope on a smoke, that can actually be a detriment to you because you're not aware of which side they could be out of or where they could be hiding. So you need to be reactive with your quick scope. So now that I get this kill, I'm just trying to clear the close angles and grab the rifle, because an operator in a 2v1, that's gonna just force me into a bad situation. Unfortunately, the Vandal doesn't have a lot of ammo, but this just comes down to a nice reaction. So that is why you don't crouch in Valorant. Did you see how easy that Raze was for me to kill? Because all I had to do was flick, and she's stuck in that same position. She is hard committed to that fight. So crouching that angle is really going to be just awful for you when you're trying to go for that clutch. Now, here is something that I call a misplay, because I actually could have won this round. And you'll see what I mean. What did I do wrong there? So I go for the initial jiggle while I'm reloading to get information. Instead of doing another jiggle or trying to bait some shots out or using my ultimate like a teammate called out, I go for this short swing. Now the short swing here and stopping is what kills me here. If I keep moving and strafing and going for more jiggles or going for a wider swing, I might have actually killed that Killjoy and clutched up this round. But because I go for the short swing and she's holding for the short swing, her crosshair placement beats mine, because no matter what, that crosshair placement is what wins you those fights. Now, this next round is probably my favorite round of this half. I just love the timing I get and the expectation I get out of the enemy here. So because they don't have a Sky, and Sky is a very meta pick, I'm actually going to exploit this by throwing my util in front of the choke point, but crossing towards long to dodge the fade on that initial peak, because they have not thrown the eye or thrown any dogs at C long. They've just done dry swings and gone for timing peaks. So I'm going to exploit that by crossing and dodging any sort of utility. And this is a gamble. This isn't something you do every time. A lot of great teams will spam through on this box, and you should too, with a full magazine of the Vandal or with multiple teammates. And with the Fatal coming in, they think I'm playing off site. They don't know where I'm at. I go for the Fade first because I know there's one player still mount because I saw them walk back, and I know there's one player close to the smoke, and he just ran back mount. So I can go for those two players mount that aren't expecting a peek on close main. One tapped the orb, and one is running back, while the other two are clearing spawn. So I get 3 free kills because of this. So target selection is key when you want to go for these kind of plays, because otherwise you're just going to suffer because, oh, I only got 1 kill, why'd I only get 1 kill? Because you went for the wrong player. So think about the context of where they are in this situation and what they want to do. So they want to find me because they didn't find me in the Fatal, and they want to push into my site. So they're pushing in the spawn to find me, right? But all they're finding is the rotators from B and A that I've already called they're going for C. And I get a nice kill onto the Raze after she tries to go for a timing of Waterfall. Now on the attack side, to close this game out, there was a pretty cool round that we can look at. We won the pistol by a nice clutch out of Raze. And because we won the pistol, all we have to do is win 1 round. So to secure this round, I bought a Vandal with light armor and just a turret holding flank. Because all we need to do is win our gunfights because they have to force into worse guns. So if we win our gunfights, it doesn't matter, we'll win the game. Now, while my teammates get caught, I actually get some nice kills onto the last 2 players that are fighting here. And because my turret got broken on flank, I'm actually just going to go and kill this rotator. Now, just like myself on defense, this Killjoy is playing C as a rotator. That means the Killjoy could be close. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to clear these close angles and go for some pre-fires to see if she's in any cheeky position or trying to play close, especially because the bomb is down. Now, a little bit of troll happens here because someone says 1 bullet and they want me to go for a 1 bullet 1 tap with the Vandal here. And that's troll. You shouldn't do that. This is more so just for the fun of it. You know, we're about to win the game. You know, it's a confidence thing, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't do this every now and then. I'm saying it's the better play to just reload here. Now, something I'm also doing here is I'm abusing the fact that I have a minute left. So I'm just going to abuse the fact that I have a minute. I'm going to keep tapping the bomb. Once she breaks the turret here, I'm aware of where she's at. I go for the swing. And that is why when you wide swing on those angles, unlike that 1v1 we had earlier on the bend where I lost to this Killjoy, I win to this Killjoy because I wide swing with the proper crosshair placement and go for the swing, go for the tap, and I play it confidently. And that secures the game, that secures the ace, and that's a little bit of the new Killjoy on Lotus. If you guys enjoyed just a little bit of a Radiant's perspective on how they play the game, a little bit on the new map Lotus, and a little bit on the Outlaw, then please come by on Twitch, twitch.tv/cell. Good luck, have fun. I'm going to be playing there live every day. I'm also coaching on Pro Guides from 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day of January. So if you're interested in booking a session with me, click the link in my bio. You can find my Twitch, you can find my socials, you can find my Pro Guides link. You can find anything of value there. Any feedback, thoughts, questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. Tell me about your own plays. Link me your own clips on maybe something I could look at on stream, and I would love to review what you guys are going through and help you find how to improve, how to be critical, and most importantly, how to be creative and have fun with Valorant. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.